Hey Max, or anybody else that's watching. Just a video on Voodoo Child, specifically Stevie Ray Vaughan's version of it. There's a couple things I wanted to show. I've got videos on Voodoo Child, the Hendrix version of Voodoo Child, so if you're interested in some of the solo parts that Stevie was leaning on, I just watched that or some of the other great videos that are out there. Kind of why I wanted to make this is because Stevie had a really specific groove that he was working off of, that he had going on, and I wanted to show that. I tried to show it in lessons, but I think having a video would kind of it's easier to practice to or get the gist of what I was saying. So I got this tuned down to E flat. I could leave it standard, but I was doing some work on the song, and it's an E flat. Just be aware. One of the things I was pointing out in lessons is that there's a lot of wah-wah pedal. I don't have one here, but I would hold my hand kind of like just vary where you're strumming it. You can vary what's coming through by hitting the lower strings or high strings. Just be aware of that when he's doing it and working with your wah-wah pedal. I would also, what you'll see, if you watch any videos of him playing it, he whacks the strings, he plays the strings. He's not, that first strum. And what he's doing, he's muting like the bottom two strings with the fleshy part of the finger and fingering that one. How you could kill that D string is the tip of the finger hitting that, laying on top of the string right there. And just avoid, really you gotta just play the bottom four strings. And you'll take care of all the muting. You'll see what he's then he starts playing it. But what you got to remember in a lot of this song is there's a lot of what I call funk playing, and perhaps it's not, but it is, because a lot of funk players, they're muting, combination of muting and fretting strings. And that's all through Stevie's playing, not just this song, but other songs too, where you're muting. He's not. And you might have to be asking yourself, well, what's he doing there and how is he achieving that by just hitting it? Don't you have to? No. It's not so much the notes that's being played, but the ones that are muted that gives it that oomph when you're playing. It's a cool technique to do, especially live when music and guitar playing specifically has gotten very technical, and you got to play each note and everything's got to sound perfect and just that. No, yeah, okay, whatever. Where's the emotion? That you have to ask yourself that there's a lot of emotion in his playing here, and it's not because he's being really technical and everything note's got to be perfect. It's the imperfections that push the note forward, I would argue. Anyways, so what's the groove in the beginning? He's hitting the low string, the E, or you can play it with your second finger, that G string bent up. Now here, so he hits the low E string, bends the second fret of the G string up and down, pulls off, and goes for the second fret, the E note on the D string. And then he's going to go for a third fret on the low E string to the second fret of the D string, the E note. But if it were just that, it would suck. For lack of a better technical term, there's a groove going on. And how you're maintaining the groove is that strumming and the muting. or open strings, and in a lot of cases. So the open strings are coming into the bottom 3 strings, or 2 strings actually, and it's an E7 chord. And in some cases, he's playing this up here. But just for sakes of X and giggles right now, let's just play an open E. And I believe that the first phrase in that, when he's playing, is an up-down stroke. So listen to this. So up, down, up on the bottom strings. Or I'll mute it right now just so you can kind of hear it. Let me get the camera. Up, down, up. Then the next downstroke is that E on the 3rd fret. And then upstroke with the 2nd fret on the D string. So it's watch the hand. And then he's going to throw this. It's great. It's the 7th note really on the B string, but he's hitting that G note. And the 3rd fret of the bottom string. Or a downstroke. Down, down, up. It is such a groove, and just work with it and play it slowly. And you could just play it like this. Sorry, E. But I'm throwing in a down, up, just to add the rhythm to it. So, or. So that's good. Work on it. It's pretty fun. And what you're going to do in the song, and once you get that, is you're going to add the solo parts. And that's what I was trying to explain in lessons, is that in the Hendrix version, there's so many overdubs, and there's just layers upon layers of guitars where he's going in and out of, there's a solo. And maybe it's not an overdub, but I'm pretty sure it probably is. The solo parts on it. And if you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan's version, I don't think there's a lot of overdubs. I think it's just he's playing it all the way through, which is the beauty of the whole thing. They might have punched in parts, obviously, but it sounds like just one guitar all the way through. The other part I wanted to go over in this video, and I haven't done a video on it before, or addressed this part before, is in my lessons I often talk about the musicality of guitar players. And this is a perfect example. The musicality here, and it was a shocker when I first heard it, or even, that where did that come from? There's examples where Jimmy's doing some of the same things, and that's where I think it came from. I'd have to look for them, but there's examples of his musicality in live performances where it's like, where did that come from? That was part of Jimmy. There was so much musicality and involved in melody, and not just licks. Because there's a lot of E pentatonic licks in this, obviously, but you listen to the last part, it's a major descending run, and it's played in such a cool way. It leads up to it with the part in Stevie's version where he's going, which is just the 5th fret on the A string and 4th fret on the G string, and then you're kind of, once again, you're muting the middle string. You could actually mute it or not, but a lot of the other notes are muted. You're muting the bottom string. I mean, suppose you don't have to, but. And all I'm doing is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So. And then I move down to the 4th fret of the A string, the 2nd fret of the G string. Now, the ascending part is a C 7th. If you watch the video of him playing this, he's hitting the bass note, the C on the A string. Almost similar to the intro of alternating between 2 strings. That's the intro for Purple Haze, but so the bass note, then these 2 strings, I'll start over. 3rd fret on the A, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd fret on the G. And then that shape, the C 7th to the D 7th, moves up. I'm not sure if that's what comes next, but that's the gist of it. Well, anyways, at the end of the song, what he does, and this is the beauty of it, is he does this really cool run. He goes through that first progression where it goes. So it goes to this, back to where you were, and then up to your first finger is going to be on the 5th of the G and 7th of the A. So the only new one is up here. And then he proceeds to slide all the way up to the 14th of the A and 12th of the D. That's the first position. Then he slides down to the 12th of the A and 11th of the D. Then slides down again to the 11th of the A and 9th of the D. Then keep that same position. Going to go to the 9th of the A, 7th of the D, then to 7th of the A, 6th of the D, and then 1 fret, you're going to go down to the 6th of the A, 4th of the D, then slide down again to the 4th of the A, 2nd of the D, and then you're going to go for this little, and then a hammer on to the D string, and he comes back up, or up to the 21st fret. Or, not sure what the lick is, but I don't want to play it because somebody will hit me for copyrights. But anyway, so I'll do this whole passage again. So. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So. Slide up. I'll try to do it faster. Okay, not so good. Either one of those notes will work, but I'll do it a little bit slower because that was kind of sloppy, but. I'll leave you guys to play it better than that, but And I'm sure you will. I just figured this out the other day. Anyways, I used to play this back in the day and with that part, but I haven't played it in years and years and years and years. All right. Have fun. Hopefully this helped. And great song. There's a lot to learn from this. It's pentatonic, but not just pentatonic. I know I said pentatonic, and there's other people that I've seen on much better YouTube channels than this that are like, oh, he's just playing pentatonic. Not true. I beg to differ. There's a lot of major notes within the minor pentatonic that he's playing, and that's the beauty of it. And I think that's why he was so cool. One of the reasons that it wasn't just pentatonic. I've seen guys play this a million times and they never dip into the major. They never dip into the major notes of the pentatonic. Never. They just think of it as a minor pentatonic song, and it's not. Not the way Stevie played it. There's a lot of major notes, and if you hear them, it's part of the tapestry of sound that he's weaving and the harmonic tapestry, and it's a little bit deeper than that, you know. And this is a case in point. At the end of the song, this is a major run. Where did that come from? It's juxtaposing major upon minor, which is cool. All right, catch you later. Hope that made sense.